Alright guys, TouchQuabe back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and today we're going to talk about the cheating problem which seems to be pretty rife in the game right now. Since Call of Duty Black Ops Card War has launched, of course, this year the CDL is going to PC, still with controller, but the problem is a lot of these tournaments are being played by professionals, by amateur players on the PC. That means cheating is more of an issue, and a number of pro players not very happy about this one at all, in addition to some other glitches in the game that we're going to look at over the coming minutes here. Like, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe. If you are new, as always, I would greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much for 36,000 subscribers. Remarkable stuff that we got there this quickly. I still know that roughly 50% of you guys listening to this sentence will not be subscribed to the channel. So if you want to rocket this channel towards 50k, I think the goal should probably be 50k by the end of the 2021 season. I think that would be nice. So let's aim for that. And if you want to help on that journey, you know what to do. Let's hop into things then. So Scrap says, let's hope yesterday, and there was also some talks from Cronut CDL Intel about on stream. He mentioned that the only thing that's stopping him from getting a league spot is potential visa issues, so I imagine it's probably something to do with the Paris team, the only team really that hasn't solidified anything yet. Scraps may be on that squad. That would kind of make sense given we're not really sure what they are doing. And as he's talking about here, if he does get a visa sorted, he's probably going to be in the league, which means I imagine the Paris team are going to be playing out of, well, last year they played out of LA, I believe. This year I'm not sure if they're going to be playing out of LA or some other city, but I imagine Scraps right now is stuck in the UK. I think that Zero, I think the Hydra are also having some issues getting this stuff sorted. So that is some question marks for these pro teams right now. Hopefully it does work out for Scraps though, of course, because if he has a relatively solid season on London last year, and now he actually does get the opportunity after all this drama that's gone down in the off-season with him not getting an opportunity, and now the thing that cost him is a visa, then well, that would certainly be unfortunate, but hopefully it does all go through and everything like that. Also wanted to mention this as well, so General as substitute for the OpTic Gaming Chicago squad, or just OpTic Chicago, need to get my head around exactly how that goes, but yeah, the Challengers team in North America, so Triumph Gaming that Sensor was on briefly last year, Fellow, Royalty, Standy, and Jordan General is going to be the team. And, you know, some people are asking, does this mean he's leaving Chicago? Technically not. I believe it's, well, similar to how it worked with Sensor last year when he was still technically a substitute on the subliners. So almost really like trying for kind of the OpTic Academy squad in that sense. I mean, not technically by any means, but yeah, the fact that General's joining this team means that they're somehow affiliated with the Chicago team in that sense. And, well, as Rusto comes back and says, he's still Chicago's fifth. He's on loan to play in Challenger. So honestly, a pretty damn nice team, I think, in my opinion as well. And Jordan comes out and says, look, huge shout out and thank you to Hex for allowing me to compete in the challenges while still representing OpTic. Thanks to Triumph for giving me the opportunity to do so. So cool to see from General and Royalty. Pretty damn good duo back on Enigma 6 back in the day. You know, they're going to be a duo going forwards once again. And it's going to be fun to see General back competing at a decent level, because certainly a very talented player that probably could be in the Pro League, especially when it does expand. Wanted to point this out as well. So a couple of days ago, there were some scrims going down here on Checkmate, and Kenny and Attach were just spawning on the roof. A number of glitches really being discovered over these past few days, but again, there's nothing they can apparently do. They're just trying to spawn into this hardpoint, and they keep spawning on the roof right above the middle hardpoint and just dying immediately, and unfortunately, yeah, they have to end the game as a result, but pretty funny.
Back right, Lamar, obviously. Back right, on the boxes, back right.
I don't see him.
He's got no auto in, got him.
I just
Could be flanking our side.
Died.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
Dylan did too. Oh, wait, Priest is too. Do I need to end it?
Yeah, you gotta end it.
Wait, what?
And let's probably hop into this cheating stuff. So as Silly says, all tournament sites should be making PC players stream at this point. Also, anyone who is caught hacking in any way should be permanently banned from all sites. Definitely need to get ahead of this right now before it gets any bigger. So this was a couple of days ago, and still discussions are coming out about this even today, and I'm sure they will continue to do so. I get that, but there's simply no other way to combat cheaters at this point. And this is the type of cheating that we are talking about. So Silly says, also, if something like this is true game battles, you should permanently ban him and everyone he played with in these tournaments. This is unacceptable. So Pixelated comes out with this. This is the infernal guy that's been winning all the GP tournaments in a pub. So someone found him in a pub or whatever, they played against him, and you know, same calling cards, same emblem and everything, and they found this guy just like completely hacking in the final kill cam here with the AK-47. I mean, look at the aimbot on this guy right here. So clearly these guys are hacking on PC. We saw some hacking issues throughout the beta and stuff like this as well, when that was really coming to fruition. Is it really a surprise that people are hacking in these online tournaments when there's money on on the line, and these websites really don't have the infrastructure in place yet to combat these cheaters, right? And it's something that hopefully they certainly will implement and be able to implement, because it's a big deal that has to be addressed in other games that are run on PC, and now yeah, PC does open the door to more opportunities for hackers to come into the scene. And the problem is really, it's not just about these egregious aim hacks that you can see right here. It's very easy for some of these hackers to just tone off the aim hacks, but just put on a wall hack and just turn it on a couple of times a game, and to be a relatively solid player on a controller, but just have that extra, you know, extra little bit of information, which is going to swing a game in their favor. And, you know, it's nothing you're really going to be able to do to find that in certain instances without having an actual anti-cheat system in the game, kind of like, you know, you have for Counter-Strike in VAC, and you have for your Valorant in Vanguard, I think they call it. So, you know, all these type of things, really Activision does need to get on top of this, but the websites can also certainly do some things as well. And, you know, as Karma then says, all cheating, report if you run into them. So I'll share a couple of clips of cheaters right here.
Net call. Incoming artillery. Back from that. All your asses back home, CIA.
And he plays just like them. He plays like the boomer that I played against. Watch, he knows the guy is in the bomb corner, and he knows this guy's here. He doesn't know the other guy's under the right side wing of the plane. I'll tell you that. He has no idea. No idea. Oh, wait. Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah. Imagine.
He was there.
Stupid idiot. I bet he heard the guy under the plane too. I bet he heard him. This guy is an actual bot.
So it was pretty entertaining. Karma then comes out and ats this Pixelated guy. So I'm not sure if Pixelated was actually the guy hacking, or because, like, in that clip we just showed, he was the one, like, kind of exposing the hacker in that sense. I'm not really sure. But Karma anyway says, you're legitimate garbage. And yeah, Karma then says, you look like you're aiming with your toes. You've done it to yourself, man. I've watched every VOD of you playing today. You're not hiding anything. So apparently he was trying to, like, pull the wool over the eyes of the community, I suppose, by you know, exposing this other hacker when he's actually hacking himself. I don't really know, but I thought this was pretty entertaining that Karma came out with. And then he continues on with the following. Any good player could watch this game and know that that guy is cheating, and now they're letting him play in the finals. So and then he says as well, look, game battles help. You're actually letting a wall hacker play in the finals of your tournament. That was just the clip I just showed you of him trying to snipe the guy through a wall and all that type of stuff. It's pretty obvious that he's got wall hacks, but he's not necessarily the best at the game, right? And if you've got someone who actually is good at the game and is a very competent S&D like star, I suppose, but they also have a wall hack on that they can kind of use whenever they like, just to get a bit of information they might need in a round 11, let's say, to figure out whether they're going A or B. You just flip the wall hack on real quick, see what's going on. That's why, like, yeah, even if you're going to implement a system like Silly recommended, so that people have to stream their perspective, when it does make it more obvious if they're using the more egregious hacks, but they can still be using something very subtle, which is going to swing the outcome of the game, right? And yeah, this is going to be a massive problem for game battles and these other online tournaments. CMG, UMG, I don't know if UMG still do these online tournament stuff, but Checkmate Gaming certainly do. MLG and game battles, all this type of stuff, but also potentially in the challenges and the professional scene, who really knows, right? Because there was a discussion about it last season when we went to online, and hopefully this season it's not going to be a discussion we have to have. But unfortunately, it probably will be, right? Because with everything being played on PC nowadays, it does open the door to this as more of a possibility. And, you know, unfortunately, it's probably a discussion we're going to have in some of these challenges tournaments when there is so much on the line that, well, some of these players are flipping on a wall hack, Game 5, Round 11, that, you know, what are you actually going to do about that if there isn't a solid anti-cheat in place to recognize these things? So, unfortunately, I just think this is something we might have to deal with going forward. It's probably on Activision fundamentally to deal with this stuff. And as Parasite says, lol, like game battles, get on your stuff and make PC players stream. Hacking is going to be a thing. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely will, you know, resolve the issue of people wall hacking or people aim hacking, sorry. But for the more subtle things, it may not completely sway it, and it's going to be difficult somewhat to deter. But things like this just should not be happening if it is in a game battles match. But I don't really know if people are using this straight up in game battles, even though it'd be pretty obvious, right? So maybe they're using something a little bit more inconspicuous. Teddy Rex says, just a few minutes minutes ago from when I'm recording this. SNDC needs to go back to console. Only way for this stuff to go away. So I'm, pretty much not very confident that anything is going to happen here in a positive way with the S&D scene. And just to finish off the video, I wanted to go through this from Parasite. Thought it was pretty insightful, especially given we were talking about scraps earlier in the video, the fact that he might be going to the Paris Legion. And Parasite says, missed out on being a CDL starter by 1 spot 2 years in a row. Gonna write a book about my career one day, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't end on a sad note. This is just more motivation to continue to work hard and perform. Know your worth. We go again in a few days, meaning it was between me and another guy. The other guy got the spot, so not exactly sure where this might have been. This was a few days ago now here on the 10th of November, but really most teams are set in stone, so I imagine it might have been Paris that Parasite was in discussions with, and well, supposedly another guy ended up getting the spot on that team, and Parasite once again left on the sidelines. And I thought I'd end with a pretty interesting clip here from Dashy, who of course teamed with Parasite back in the World War II days in 2017, 2018 on Enigma 6, discussing how he thinks Parasite does deserve a spot in the league to some degree, or at least could get a spot, because he's very knowledgeable about the game, and unfortunately his reputation does hold him back. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
No, I think Haggy can play in the league, bro. Just because someone got like, I mean, I know like this is just one play, but just because you got smoked on around doesn't mean. I think Haggy's actually hella smart, no bullshit. He just doesn't get like the, just his reputation. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing with. Like, I teamed with Haggy, so like, I know how he gets sometimes, but like, he's pretty smart, bro. For COD, like knowledge and shit. Like, I'm not even trolling. Like, I actually go to him for like advice and or not advice, but like if I want to know like what certain things do in COD, like certain spawns. It's pretty knowledgeable, bro, for the most part. Sometimes he'll say some fugazi, but he's a shoot. Shoot or shoot.